Hi everyone, Lydia with Back to Basics again. Well, I've made some progress on this overgrown peppermint patch and finally was able to get all the wood out. And as you can see, I am just going to take it out completely. It is not a big enough pathway in here to walk, and it's taken quite a bit of work. All the root area is completely overgrown, as you can see. It is just a mess. So this will be coming out completely and being redone, and the place where there was water will be capped for now until I can figure out what's going to happen. The really nice thing about doing this kind of demo work essentially is that you get to start with a brand new canvas and reimagine how things could look in a much more controlled environment and a something that's easier to maintain instead of what you can see here. The other thing that I have learned is that while having raised beds is great, which I really do enjoy, I would not do them as big as what they currently are. I find it much easier to be able to put a smaller bed out and then just consolidate whatever you're going to be growing. So in one bed, maybe you do strawberries, another bed you do a few tomato plants, another bed maybe you do your peppers or your rhubarb or whatever you have going. What this does for you is it makes it a lot easier for you to control what's going on. When you need to go out in the yard, you work in the yard, maybe you do one or two beds that you get cleaned up, and then they're ready to go, and then you can go on to another bed. The other nice thing is that if you want to pull something out that it didn't grow properly, or maybe it was an early vegetable and you need to replace it with a fall vegetable, it leaves you way more options than just trying to have everything in one giant bed. The other thing that I found is that using untreated wood does not work well. The beds do not last long. So I would recommend looking into pressure treated wood. However, the one thing that you do need to consider is that the chemicals that get used for pressure treated wood are toxic. So perhaps you line it with plastic or whatever in order to make sure that you can have a bed that is not toxic to your vegetables. Or maybe you assemble something that is already out there and is a smaller bed, and you could cover with a nice net to keep the birds out. Anyways, do your own research, but those are just some ideas. Hope you guys are having a great day. Bye-bye.